What's going on, guys, and welcome back to LOI TV. Now today it's episode 4 of the LOI transfer show, and it's part 2 of me assigning a grade to each team's transfer business. If you haven't seen part 1, I'd strongly recommend you checking it out. I'll leave a link to it in the description below. But basically I'll just be assigning a grade to each team's transfer business on how well I felt they've done. I'm doing an alphabetical order, so I'm just picking up where I left off in the last video. I'm going to start off with Shamrock Rovers. Shamrock Rovers have had an interesting window. I've been impressed with a lot of their business, bringing in Aaron McEnough from Derry. He scored double-figure goals from midfield last season, and also Orhan Vojic brought in as a striker. He scored on his debut for Shamrock Rovers. At the time of recording, he hasn't played another game for them yet. They've brought another midfielder in Jack Byrne, who's had a lot of experience over in England with multiple teams over there. But yeah, the one I'm really interested in is Orhan Vojic. It's an area Shamrock Rovers crucially needed to sign a striker. That's what they lacked in the last season, was a consistent goal scorer to hit them 20 goals. And I'm not sure if they found their man. Maybe they have, maybe they haven't. And that's why I can't really give them a high enough grade, because I don't know enough just yet. Looking at the departures, they've lost a lot of dead wood, but the two players I'm looking at from the departures that are interesting are Aaron Bolger and Gavin Bazunu. Two young lads I would have loved to have seen playing in the League of Ireland this season, but it's just not to be. Two talented lads over in England now. Wish them all the best. But yeah, I'm going to give Shamrock Rovers a B. They've signed in some quality players. They've lost players that haven't really been getting into the team consistently last season, like Gary Shaw and Brandon Mealy. So yeah, I'm going to give Shamrock Rovers a B. Moving on to Sligo Rovers, have had a very interesting window. A bit erratic, some people have been calling it. A lot of players brought in that I've never heard of in my life. Opponents from all these mad teams and stuff. But the one I'm really interested in is Ronan Murray, the striker from Dundalk. He didn't do great with Dundalk last season. He was brilliant with Galway 2 seasons ago, scoring I think 15 goals or something like that. So he'd be looking to hit that kind of figure again this season. Good signing. I think he'll add a lot to Sligo this season and probably keep them out of the relegation zone, in my opinion. Looking at the departures though, it's a bit disappointing to lose out the likes on Rhys McCabe. Players like that. Rhys McCabe was brilliant from last season. He's a big loss for them. Mikey Drennan as well, going to St. Pat's. It's a big loss as well. Not great for Sligo Rovers to lose those types of calibre player. Also losing the likes of Raphael Cortaro and Patrick Clean around the dressing room. That could be crucial. Those kind of big figures in the dressing room. So I'm going to give Sligo Rovers a D. I haven't been too impressed with what they've done. They've lost a good few players that I think could have been big for them this season. And they've brought in a lot of players that I've never even heard of before. So you can't really give them a good grade on that, because I don't really know who they are myself. So I'm going to give them a D. Next up we have St. Pat's, who I've been very impressed by in the transfer window. They've brought in some quality players, improved areas which they needed to improve on from last season, such as up front. Bringing in Gary Shaw and Mikey Drennan will be huge for them this season to score them lots of goals that they needed last year. They didn't really have that out and out striker. They're kind of playing wingers up top and stuff like that at times. Bringing in Rhys McCabe from Sligo is excellent business. Bringing Chris Forrester back to the League of Ireland is excellent for a League of Ireland fan, let alone a Pats fan, to see him back in the league. Top class player. He'll get his match fitness back and he'll be flying for them, and I'm very impressed by Pats. They brought in a couple of players to strengthen depth within the squad. David Webster, Kieran Kelly, Georgie Poynton, just to beef up their team a little bit, give them a lot more strength and depth. The players they've lost, I'm not too worried about. Conan Byrne, it's obviously sad to lose him, but he's getting on a little bit now, 33 I think he is. Killian Brennan retiring is obviously a shame, but they've brought in players that will replace them and do a good job of that, I think. So I'm very impressed by Pats. They've done the best business in the league for me. I'm going to give them an A. Moving on to UCD, this won't take too long. They haven't brought in anybody obviously, and they've only lost 2 players, Greg Sloggett and Darragh O'Connor. 2 big players for them. Darragh O'Connor going to Cork. He's a good player, good winger. Very good in the first division last season. I'd be looking to do well for Cork this year. Big loss for UCD. Greg Sloggett as well, losing him to Derry City. Good midfielder. So yeah, it's a bit of a shame to lose him. Obviously nothing brought in, so I'm going to have to give them an F. Moving on to Waterford, the final team in this video and the final team in the league that we're going to look at. They've brought in a couple of good players. Damien Delaney will give them experience at the back. Wasn't great last season for Cork, but good pre-season behind him, could do well. Zach Elbozetti, haven't really seen him play consistently first team football yet, so it'll be interesting to see how he gets on. Judge will only be a great signing from Bowes. Good ball playing midfielder and had a good year last year. Shane Duggan kind of beef up the midfield. Kevin Lynch, good left back, scored in his debut, great free kick. Chet Vadukas, be interesting to see who he gets on from Dundalk. Good signing. Dundalk fans said he's a good player, just wasn't really breaking into the team enough. And their outgoings, so nothing I'm too concerned by. Gary Comerford, a good player, going to Cork. David Webster going to Pats. Kind of lost a lot of dead wood. Waterford coming up from the first division to the Premier Division. You're going to have a good few players that won't quite cut it if you want to go into European football. So they lost a good few players that they mightn't really need too badly this season. I've been impressed enough by Waterford. The interesting one was Hugo Keto coming in on loan from Brighton as well. Be interested to see if he gets on. I don't really know much about him, so a couple of good players brought in. I'm going to give Waterford a C+. Well guys, there you have it, part 2 of transfer grades. What do you guys think of my grades I gave to each team over both videos? Let me know in the comments below. Please make sure to like this video, share, and most importantly subscribe.